Well, it's another beautiful Saturday morning, and I thought I would give you guys a little update. So for the past, I guess, week, I went ahead and I tried something that I've been thinking about, but no one has talked about it in the skin lightening community, but it's a nebulizer. Now, my little sister and I, when we were in elementary school, and we were too young for like big horse pills, or we had certain things like pneumonia or something, we would use a nebulizer. Our doctor, usually they will rent them out, and you can put all of your antibiotics or different medications in this nebulizer, and what it does is it's just an air compressor. This is the air compressor, this is the pump, and then you have this, and you turn it on. Or this is also used for babies, so the one that I bought, it comes with a baby mask, and you can change out this if you don't want to hold it and put it on the baby mask, or you can put on the adult mask. And yeah, you just breathe it in. What it does is that it takes the medicine and it compresses it down to a microscopic bubble, and that bubble comes out and it will look like smoke. Very, very light mist, light smoke. This is used for asthma, COPD, influenza, TB. Gosh, you can use essential oils with this. You can use mineral salts, different types of medicines, herbs. You can use so much with this, and yeah, it's just an easy way, especially like for babies who cannot pop pills. It's an easy way to get their medication into their system, and most importantly, it gets into your blood system, okay, because we have a microscopic bubble. This is good. People do use glutathione with this. That's where I got the idea, but they're using it for other serious ailments. They're not using it for cosmetic skin lightening. I used it because it's like, hey, if I can get into my blood system, let's do this. Like, why not? This one that I bought, it's $35. It's one of, I think it was one of the top rated ones on Amazon, but there are other ones you can buy. Usually they're all under $50. Like I said, a lot of people, their doctor's office, they'll rent them out and things like that. But this is good if you don't want to do the rectal implant, the rectal syringe. The rectal syringe, the only bad thing about that is that make sure that you buy multiple syringes, because I use this one for, this one hasn't got up my butt. I use this one for, because I still use about, well, actually I use a little over half a teaspoon, probably almost a whole teaspoon of water, and then I dissolve my 2,000 milligrams of glutathione, and then I put it in this, and then it goes in here. This can only hold 6 cc of fluid, so it's about a little under a teaspoon of water, so it just only goes to right there, and then that's where you get your good stuff, your medicine. People who do glutathione for health issues, their doctor prescribes them glutathione in a vial, so it's probably liposomal glutathione, a serum, and they give them a literal syringe with a needle, and then that's how they get out the appropriate cc, and then they put it in this little vial, and then they use it. You can look up YouTube videos on it. They're everywhere. Doctors' offices have made YouTube videos on how to do it that way. What else did I want to say? Online, there's a blog of, you know, if you don't want to do, because there's glutathione tablets that you can buy to use with the nebulizer. If you don't want to do that, I found from a really helpful blog, a guy who does it, he was saying that he just uses powdered glutathione, but make sure that you put some baking soda in it. That will help it completely dissolve. Glutathione that I'm using, I'm seeing, since it's such a small amount of water, I can't get the water completely clear. Like, it dissolves, but to where it's not clumpy, but it looks like white milk. So if you want it to get completely clear, where there's no grit, put some baking soda on it, and yeah, it'll go completely clear, and then you can use your nebulizer, and you won't have any grit or silt at the bottom. keep that in mind. I did not know people could take baking soda because, okay, so it was recommended for, because I told you guys I felt uncomfortable using the pure glutathione powder in my rectal implant because it was some intense tingling down there. So I stopped using it. And then someone said, no, you can cut it with baking soda. So I did that, and it does work. It does work great. I had no tingling. I had no irritation. I was able to use it just as well as I was able to use the old glutathione pill that I was on. Yeah, which wasn't as strong, but yeah, it worked. It worked perfect. It worked fine. The only bad thing about that is that you will find if you do the rectal syringe that within the hour, you're going to have the feeling of needing to go to the bathroom. It only takes 10 to 15 minutes for, if you do the rectal syringe, for it to get into your bloodstream. So if you do feel the need, like your body's going to physically want to push it out, it's okay. I go ahead and I just let my body do it if it's already been an hour since I've taken my dose. That was water. So yeah, I've been using this just for water to put into here. But anyways, yeah, it's okay. Your body's already absorbed it, but still, it can be kind of uncomfortable for people because who wants to have the need to feel like you have to go to the bathroom and do this 2 or 3 times a day? Like, yeah, for some people, you can just, you can skip it. If you do it this method, it still gets into your bloodstream. Though it does take a while. It is just like an IV session. That's another thing I've noticed. I get an instant glow after using the nebulizer because it's instantly into my blood system, but also it takes as long as if you were to put an IV in you. It says that depending on how much water you're using, I use the full 6 cc of water, so it's about right here. If you're using less, then I'm sure that you can use this breathalyzer machine for 15 minutes and you'll see that all the water's gone and it's in your system. You can taste it in your mouth. It tastes metallic, which is the same taste people get when they're doing the IV. So it's all the same pretty much, but with how much water I use to have everything dissolved, it takes close to 25 to 30 minutes, which some people's IV take 30 minutes or longer. So keep that in mind, that it's just as much time as if you were to drive to an IV fusion place and get this done, which if you just do the glutathione shot, the glutathione push, then of course you just get your shot and you're done. You don't have to sit there and wait for the dang IV drip. But I just wanted to share this with you guys. I've been thinking about this because like when I did my deep dive, a few months ago, I'd come across people who use a nebulizer for glutathione, but no one was talking about it for skin lightening, so that's why I was just like, it's okay, I'll do the rectal implant, because I'd actually found someone else who had done it, and yeah, they liked it. But like I said, there are drawbacks to all of these methods. So there's drawbacks to taking orally. Okay, so why do we do the nebulizer? I'm gonna link some of the very, very helpful websites that explain a little more about glutathione and nebulizers and things like that, but you can find and you can read many case studies where they see how much glutathione our bodies can naturally absorb. And there are some studies where they're giving patients 3,000 milligrams orally. So through the pill form or whatever, they're taking it orally, and the stomach acid, it's a protein. So the stomach acid breaks it down. So some of it is, being absorbed, and the rest of it is going out your urine or, out the toilet. So yeah, 3,000 milligrams, and for that to barely make it to your circulatory system, which that's into your blood, that's really, really sad. So that's why when you're buying these pills, these skin lightening pills, and these manufacturers are telling you need to take up to 6,000 or more milligrams of this daily, just to see skin lightening differences, because they already know you're not going to see a difference in your skin if you're only taking 3,000 milligrams or 2,000 or anything less than that. So that's why you're taking twice the amount. And some of these people who have successfully went from dark skin to light skin to like white on YouTube, which I've already shared some of their names, but you'll notice that they'll take the pills, but they take like 8,000 to 9,000 milligrams, as well as they still do the IV, which that should tell you another thing. These YouTubers, they'll show you the results and they'll endorse it, but they do not trust just taking a pill. They still, and they've been really transparent about it, because they still share with you guys, yeah, I'm taking my IV, I'm going for the IV today. Like, they still share that. So it's not like they're trying to get one over on you or anything. Like, you know, they tell you what's up. Yeah, I'm taking the pill does work, but I'm also getting this IV done once a week or twice a week, or however many times. And I've noticed there are some different forms of different blogs that say if you wanted to get a glutathione IV every single day, you could. Of course, no one has the money or probably the time to do that. So I've been doing nebulizer every day, sometimes twice a day, and I feel like I've seen changes. I'm happy with everything, and yeah, I just thought I would share that with you guys. So if you're going to take glutathione orally, I would suggest either taking over 6,000 milligrams a day, or just doing liposomal glutathione, which they make liposomal glutathione serum, which is highly concentrated and made in a lab, or they make some capsules that's liposomal, but liposomal is supposed to be liquid form, serum form. And I've noticed there are some science-based websites that say if you're taking it in a capsule form, be careful, because there's no way they can get as much of the glutathione in there for you to see a difference, if that makes sense. Like, you just have to take over the recommended amount, if that makes sense. I don't know. I'll list the links so you guys can just read it and do your own research into it. But I would only recommend doing the liposomal glutathione, either making it yourself, which you can do, just buy an ultrasonic cleaner. I can't in good faith recommend you guys just using a high-powered blender like I did, because there are some people who say, hey, I saw a big difference between making it the right way and using just a blender. So yeah, I don't recommend only using a blender and putting in your lecithin and glutathione and saying it's liposomal. Go ahead and buy the ultrasonic cleaner and figure out the dosage. You're gonna have fun with that one. I struggled figuring out the dosage, how much am I really getting, and so you might just want to buy it from a third party who's made it in a lab, or buy you a nebulizer. I'll let you guys listen to the nebulizer. There are some that are much louder than that. Some people said like they have some that like sound as loud as the vacuum cleaner. The one that my sister and I used like back in the day when we were little, we couldn't take pills, like when we were really sick, like it sounded like a vacuum cleaner, like it was really loud. So this one is actually pretty quiet for the price. So I'm happy with it, but it's 110 volts, 60 hertz. Maybe look into one that has a little more power, so then it won't take 35 minutes to get down, because you have to think it's taking, even though you're only taking a little bit of water, only under a teaspoon of water, it still is making it into this very fine mist, this very fine vapor of these microscopic bubbles. And so it takes a while to make all, even though it's only half a teaspoon of water, it still takes a long time to make all of it into that mist. So you're gonna be sitting there for 30 minutes or so. I think that's all I got for today. Excitement! Next week is I think next Friday is my 90-day. So my 3-month glutathione update. I think this week I hit 1 month with taking the MSM. I'm still doing the MSM. Let me show you guys. MSM, the Opti MSM. Highly, highly, highly recommend it. Thank you guys so much for telling me about that one. This is the best. This is flake. This is a flake. So it's not a powder, it's a flake, almost like a salt. You want this. This is good. And it tastes so much better than the powdered MSM. I mean, MSM is sulfur, so it doesn't taste good. I take 1 tablespoon and a teaspoon. So I take 2 teaspoons in the morning, and then I wait 3 to 4 hours, and then I take another 2 teaspoons. And that's what I do. It works great. I like it. I love it. Wish I would have started with the flakes first. The flakes is the creme de la creme. So you don't necessarily have to get this brand, though this is one of the best. You can just get any brand that does the MSM flakes, and it's still going to be above doing the powder. And apparently it just works better. So anyways, if you wanted to put this in nebulizer, you probably could. I would look into it, research it, but yeah, there's people who do essential oils and herbs in the nebulizer. Gosh, there's been nebulizer treatments for different lung cancers. I think even for HIV there are some treatments you can do. I mean, it's just, you can put pretty much almost anything in it. Just do your own research and figure it out, but I'm loving it. This is a long video. We'll talk later in another video about some of the topicals I'm doing and how that's going, but I just wanted to get on here because it's been a while. So I hope you guys enjoy your Saturday.